The fourth experiment was in scheduling meetings. And so anybody who has done business with me over the past 3 years has probably encountered my AI that helps me with this. But my problem is, as a consultant, I do a lot of meetings, but I hate the task of scheduling meetings and the inevitable email ping pong that happens as you go back and forth. How about this time? How about this time? How about this time? How about this time? And then a meeting cancels or has to move. And then it's a lot of work to it. So there is an AI for that. X.ai is the company, and they have an AI. You can work with either Andrew or Amy at X.ai. And this is an interesting AI because it works through APIs. It does not really have a user interface for setting up the meetings. You just do it over email. It does have a user interface for standard settings and preferences, but all of the interaction happens through natural English language over email. So the way it works is someone wants to request a meeting with me via email, and I just copy Andrew at X.ai in the CC line and just say, yeah, I'd love to meet with you. Andrew will work with you to find a time and place and take care of all the details. So then Andrew has a conversation with that person and negotiates time and place. And it knows how to set up, it knows my preferences. So it knows how to set up a web meeting or a coffee meeting or a lunch meeting. It knows my favorite restaurants and all that. And it will work it all out with the other person. This has saved me over 40 hours a year, just not having to deal with the back and forth emails and scheduling. And it can coordinate meetings for up to 5 participants. It's way over 400 meetings by now that it has scheduled for me. So that's a great time savings for me. But one of the things to think about now, I'm using AI in a customer facing experience. So I had to think about, well, what about customer experience? What do my customers think about this? And that's an important consideration if you're applying these technologies in your own business. Well, this is some of the feedback. I would expect this from the leader of strategy and innovation for a company. But what about the CEO of a startup? This one was funny. This guy accidentally invited my robot to connect with him on LinkedIn because thought it was real, and then caught himself. This is an older CEO of a bank. You have an assistant? Am I paying you too much? This is the same CEO a couple of years later by text. I'll just reach out to Amy and set up a meeting. So now he actually expects to interact with my robot.
Wow.
This is a younger person. So this is a blockchain solution architect, and we were collaborating on something to set up a meeting, and his preference is Slack, not email. And he emailed me this. That was the coolest thing that ever happened to me over email. So it appeals to all ages for the people that I work with. So what I liked, this AI has improved considerably since I first started using it. I got involved with this in the beta program, and I started using it in 2016. You do have to develop a new habit and remember to copy Andrew or Amy on your meeting request so that they can take over and do the scheduling. But I found that was really easy to adopt. I quickly learned how to collaborate and trust the AI. It is kind of like learning how to work with a new person, where you kind of learn how to communicate clearly with each other. What I learned through this, it is a very narrow skill set, and it doesn't do some things that we can do as humans. Some scenarios are too complex for it. And so in those cases, the AI will reach out to me and say, hey, I don't understand this. What do you want me to do? And then I have to jump in and get involved. But that doesn't happen very often. And it is still evolving. So the outcome, Andrew is still part of my team and a normal part of my daily workflow. And this is a combination of natural language processing, machine learning, and its narrowly defined application of artificial intelligence.